Welcome to Horrify Environment. If you are new here, you can subscribe our channel. We upload daily horror videos. Nestled among the ancient trees that whispered secrets to anyone who dared to listen, a campsite stood in the center of the whispering woods, its once bright cabins now faded and worn. Eager for excitement, three couples went into the forest in search of an exciting weekend filled with memories. They had no idea that there was more to the forest than ghost stories and tales spoken over the campfire. Upon reaching the campsite, the three couples watched as the whispering woods came to an end. The group was led by Jack and Emily, who were daring and constantly looking for thrills. The cautious ones, Sarah and Michael, trailed closely behind, while Lisa and David, the lovers of the inexplicable and paranormal, finished last. With the sun fading, the campsite looked unsettling, with shadows circling the cabins. Like ghosts, excitement ran through their veins as they unpacked and made their way to their overnight accommodations, despite the uneasiness that was beginning to seep into their hearts. The six friends' faces were covered in flickering shadows as the flame flickered to life as darkness descended upon the woods. Night after night, haunting stories of the forest's past reverberated, each one more terrifying than the previous. But in the middle of the joking and bonding, there was a hint of discomfort. Lisa claimed to have heard whispers borne by the wind, while Sarah couldn't get rid of the sensation that she was being watched. When Jack went into the woods to get firewood, he always felt a chill down his spine, even though he was the most brave of them all. Sleep escaped them as the night went on, giving way to the eerie sounds of the forest and the far-off cries of phantoms. The encampment was illuminated with a soft glow as the morning broke. However, as soon as the couples left their cabins, they became aware of a problem. The entrance to Emily and Jack's tent was unzipped, and it appeared as though they had disappeared. As the gang feverishly looked for any trace of their missing friends, panic set in. With the exception of the somber creaking of the trees and the rustling of leaves, the forest remained quiet. The search dragged on for days, with hours becoming days, and the sensation of dread hanging over the campsite, like a veil growing with every minute that went by. The jungle appeared to breathe a more sinister atmosphere with every night that went by. Nightmares of shadowy entities hovering just outside the edge of consciousness tormented Sarah and Michael. In their search for information, Lisa and David dug into the whispering woods past and discovered stories of resentful spirits and lost souls that lurked there. However, as they continued to explore the jungle, they came to understand that they weren't alone. Whispers mocked them from the shadows, eyes peered at them from the darkness, and a presence, ravenous for revenge, crept ever closer. Fearing for their lives, the surviving couples happened upon a long-forgotten cemetery, tucked away in the middle of the jungle. The names of the long-forgotten, their restless spirits confined to the place it once called home, were etched on tombstones worn down by time. At that moment, they understood the reality. There was a sinister secret in the whispering woods, a secret that yearned for the lives of the living. Emily and Jack had succumbed to the ravenous appetite of the jungle, their destiny predetermined by unknown forces. Since they had nowhere else to flee, Sarah, Michael, Lisa, and David braced themselves to face the darkness that awaited them in the woods, understanding that facing the ghosts that called it home would be their only chance of surviving. The four friends entered the heart of the forest, led by the echoes and whispers of the doomed and lost, carrying only their wits and the flickering light of their torches. A chilly wind blew through the trees, carrying the agonized cries of the dead, as they arrived to the clearing where the ghosts of the forest gathered. They spoke a prayer for forgiveness and pity to the hostile spirits, facing them with a fearlessness born of desperation, and the forest went silent again, its secrets buried for all time beneath the dirt as the first beams of light broke through the darkness. The eerie sounds of whispering woods fell silent once more, leaving only a faint remembrance for those who ventured across its trails. Out of the forest came Sarah, Michael, Lisa, and David, their friendship strengthened by the horrors they had experienced together. They knew they would never forget the dread that had overcome them or the comrades they had lost to the wood's darkness as they departed the campfire. However, as they cast their eyes toward the horizon, a ray of hope began to burn brightly in their hearts, because they had made it out of the whispering woods, and nothing could ever dull the light of their bravery and tenacity.